Hi everybody, it's Lene. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel today. So I did this little project as a little quick reel on Instagram. Okay, it's just this little one sheet wonder using a 6x6 sheet of paper. And you open this up, there's just a little tag right here, and there's just a little pocket, and I put some tea in there. It's a really simple little make, and I asked people on, well, my YouTube friends and my Instagram friends if I should do a full tutorial on this, and you guys said yes. So we're gonna do the basic one here, and then I'm gonna show you some alternatives to expand it a little bit, maybe make a little notebook out of it. So the paper pack that I used is Flower Queen 6x6 pattern cardstock. This paper that I used for this particular one is really beautiful black with the borders, but wouldn't you know, I used it all up making more of these for some friends. So I don't have that one to show you. It's this one right here. But the rest of these, absolutely gorgeous, and we're gonna choose one of these to make our next project out of. Okay, beautiful pink with the all over pattern. This gorgeous yellow with the border, which would be really pretty for the flap. And then the inside has this beautiful all over pattern. And there's some cutouts. And then this page of little cutouts as well. But we need to, what we're using has to be, reversible. So I'm not going to be able to use these. So that narrows it down quite a bit. So I'm thinking this pretty yellow one, because of this gorgeous border, that would be really nice. Pink one, or this one. Let me think about which one I'm going to use. All right, I've decided we're going to use this one to make a copy of this little project, and then we're going to use these two on the next version of it. So best of both worlds. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is a little scoring. So we're going to score our first line is going to go at 3 inches, and don't worry, I'm going to give you the measurements written down here. And then we're going to turn the paper, and then it's going to be scored at 2 inches. Okay, really simple. So I'm also going to ink this a little bit so you guys can see these lines better. Okay, just right here. Okay, and then at that 2-inch mark. There we go. See those a little bit better? All right, and then we're just going to crease that fold. All right, there we go. So let's give you those measurements. I love this one because it's just really easy and there's just very little cutting. Okay, so we're going to score our 6x6 at 3 inches, and then you're going to turn it, and then you're going to score 2 inches. Okay, that's pretty much it. Now we're going to take our scissors and we're going to make a little cut. All right, we want this to be, so when we close this, we want this to be this side. So this is the inside of our little pocket. Okay, this one is going to fold down as a flap. So we're going to cut away this one right here. And I'm going to turn it back to the outside so that you can see where we're going to cut it right on those folds right there. And then like that. Cute. All right, so it's going to fold like this, and then it's going to fold down like this. But you'll notice there's a little bit of a buckle there because this part is running into this edge. So we're just going to take our scissors and we're just going to trim down a tiny little bit, like this much, so small. And we're going to see if that's going to be enough. That works great. All right, so then we're keeping this piece because this is going to be the little pocket on the inside. Very cute, right? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish my little inking up right here. Just like this. Okay, and then we want to make sure that this is going to close on this side as well. So I'm going to go ahead and trim off. I probably shouldn't have inked right away. Just this little bit right here. Just make sure everything is even. So I'm just going to start up here. Trim just that much more so that everything is going to close nicely, just like this. All right. And then we can put a little notch right there with a half circle right there. And then you can do a couple of things with this. You could glue your pocket right here, or you can cut this down, okay, and make a little tuck spot on this side. And I think we're going to do that on our next one. But for now, we're going to do this way. So I'm going to go grab my circle punch. All right, this is 1.5 inch wide circle punch. You could use one that's small or you could use one that's larger. And then we're going to go ahead and just make a little notch. I'm only using 1/3 of the circle, and then I'm making sure I have the same distance on this side to this side, so it's going to be even. And trim that. There we go. And I'm just going to add a little bit more ink to that. You can use whatever color you want. This is just a nice kind of sagey green. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue that in place. We're only going to glue this on 3 sides. And this project could be used for a little gift tag. It could be a little pocket for a gift card. You could put it inside a junk journal. There's just lots of uses for it. Okay, making sure everything is folding nicely. Okay, then on my original, I actually rounded the corners, and I just used my little punch like this. Going through multiple layers can be pretty tricky, so we're going to start at the top here, like this. A little corner rounder is just really nice to have. There we go. And then I'm going to leave this part straight. But this one, we're going to go through 2 layers. I'm not sure. Well, actually, we're going through 3 layers because we have this one right here is 2 layers. So I'm gonna change my mind and go through like that. There's 1 layer there. And I'm not sure if this is going to take this well. Yep, it took it okay. And then you're just going to fold everything down, whoops, like that. And then we're all done with our little score. Oh, I forgot to do this side. This is the part I was a little concerned about, like, is this going to go through 3 layers? Oh, doesn't want to do it, but that's okay. We're just going to take our scissors and we're just going to round. Just like that. Okay, looks pretty darn good. And you could do that if you don't have a corner rounder as well. Get all my little pieces away. Hey, I wanted to show you guys something that's sitting here. Look what I picked up at my local thrift. It's just a little glass tray. It was $2. And honestly, don't know what it was originally used for. Was this an ashtray? Or for olives or something like that. But I liked that it's small. I like that it has 3 different little sections. And I put little brads. I could put things that I'm going to be working on for my video just right next to me. And it looks pretty. So yeah, you could always pick up something like this. All right, so let's get back to this. So the other thing that we're going to do is on my original here, you'll see that I have a little circle with a little hole in it. And then on the front of this, I have another little circle with a hole in it. And that's because we're just threading our little closure through that. So the reason I had to do this right here is because I want my ribbon to stay, or whatever you're using, this is little baker's twine. I want to keep it from moving around. So I glued it there. And then it was too far to reach in here with my hole punch. So what do? Well, I just went ahead and just cut a little circle with a little 3/4 of an inch circle punch, and then made one here as well. So let's do that next. Let's find, you could just use some little scrap paper or whatever. So I'm going to take one of my other sheets here. I'm gonna find one that I like. I think this one. Okay, I have multiples of these, so don't panic. We're not running out of paper. I'm gonna take this one and we're gonna do circle. Oops, there we go. Come on out. All right, and then this one we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna glue in place right here. And then this would be the point where if you're gonna ink it, and you don't have to do that, but this is where you would do that. And then a little bit of glue, like that. And we're gonna place that right there so it's even on both sides. We're gonna let that dry a little bit. And then this one right here, you wanna place that so it's directly under the first one, or as close as you can get. But this one we have to go ahead and do a little circle punch. This is a 1/8 inch hole punch, and you can find this in my Amazon store supplies below the video in the description box, okay? So we're not quite ready to glue that down yet, but it's gonna go right under there when we're ready. So let's go ahead and punch this one. There we go. And now we just need to find a little bit of baker's twine. Now you could use any kind of twine, any kind of small, like 1/8 inch ribbon. You could use jute twine for this. I like baker's twine. Okay, on this one, I just took a little bit of glue, and just to keep it from unwinding, and I just put a little bit of glue and then I just twisted it, and that kept it from coming apart. But this one, I think we're going to tie the ends when we're all done to make it have a little tassel on the end of it. All right, so, but it is nice to go ahead and cut these down and then put a little glue on them, especially when you're threading, because you were threading this through some holes. So we're going to put a little bit of glue. There we go. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to thread this through this hole. And we're going to leave about 4 or 5 inches. And now we have to put some glue here. Okay, we're going to just drape this part this way, and then this part's going this way for our little closure. And I just want to make sure that I'm getting it on the right spot. Yep, that's about right. Okay, and then this part right here, it already has glue on it, remember, so it's going to thread easier. It's going to go through here. Okay, and then this part is going to wrap around like this, and you just want to make sure that these are approximately even. I think I'm going to make this one just a little bit longer. Okay, we get rid of all this excess. And then it's a good idea to go ahead and tie your little knot. It's like that. And then this will give us a little bit of a tassel look at the end. Just kind of go like that. You can trim that a little bit if you want. And this one's a little different because it's already had glue on it, but you can always just kind of spread them out a little bit too. You can even trim some of that glue off. There we go. Woo. All right, and then that's just going to tie up in a nice little bow when we're ready. All right, so let's return to the inside. And then we're going to put a little tag over on this side, and then this side ties a great little place to tuck something away. Okay, as I'm working through this, I'm thinking, hey, we can do that other technique with a little notebook with just this one, so I don't have to go ahead and use these as well. So we're just going to end up with 2 of these. All right, so we've got a little space, a little piece for a tag here, and this is going to measure 2.5 inches by 3.25, and 2.5 inches because I'm using my tag punch, and there is a 1.5, 2, or 2.5 inch wide punch, and I'm using the largest, which is 2.5 inches. You can buy this in my Amazon store down below the video. I love it. I use it constantly. It's a really nice heavy duty punch, which I appreciate. All right, so we have that. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to ink the edges a little bit with a little bit more of that green. You could use, I'm using green just because there's a lot of green in this paper. You could use a darker pink. You could use whatever you'd like. Now, instead of just putting our tag right in here and just gluing the whole thing down, I think we're going to make a little tuck spot with it this time. I'm going to grab my circle punch. I always ink things and then think, oh, I should round the corners. So that's happening. This is all a process. We're just doing it in real time. Literally, sometimes when I turn the camera off, I'm going, now what can I do? There we go. All right. So now we're going to glue this down, but we're only going to glue it on this side and this side. So this side is opened for something. So we're going to go ahead, glue it here, glue it here. I think my glue bottle's a little bit dry on top. Okay. And now you could stick a little gift card in there, a little note, whatever you'd like, because we're going to use this pocket in a different way. All right, let's see, before we move on, I should go ahead and put this little bow on that I have. You can hot glue this. You can use whatever you'd like. There we go. So that's how that's going to look. Now for this little spot here, we're going to do a little notebook, a little cute little notebook. So I just took a bunch of copy paper, just a bunch of little pages of copy paper, printer paper, and I cut it down, and I need it to fit in this pocket like this. So you want to leave space because there's glue around it. So if this pocket was 2 7/8 inch wide and I was allowing for glue, cut this down to about 2.25 inches wide, because you want to leave a little space in there. And then it's 3.5 inches wide. So let's write that down. So this is for the little pad, we'll call it. So it's 2.25. Ooh, that's a terrible looking for. 2.25 by 3.5. And then I cut multiples of those. I'm not sure how many we're going to use, how many's going to fit in here. Then I just took a little scrap piece of cardstock. It really doesn't matter what color it is because it's just not going to show until the pad is gone. And we're going to put that right on the back of it. Now this is going to give something more firm, sort of stiffer, to stick inside that pocket. Are you getting it? Yeah. And then this is just going to hang over the top. That makes it refillable too. So when all of these little pads of paper are gone, if you want to keep this in your purse or something, you can just continue to cut down more paper and add it to that. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a few more sheets in here. So I've probably got 15 sheets in there, and you could make yours thicker. And then I'm just going to cap it off with the rest on this cute little yellow paper that we've been using. There's just a little dragonfly right there on the bottom edge. So I'm going to cut that down to, this is also 2.25 inches wide. And then it's about 1.5 inch. So let's write that down. What do we call that? Top of notebook or top of pad? All right, so that's, gosh, it's 2.25. Is that what I said? Yes, I forget. 2.25 by 1.5. All right, And then we're going to put that right there. Oop, I'm going to ink the edge. Ink that edge. All right, we're just going to put that right there, and then just grab your little stapler. And you're just going to put one staple because we want these little pieces of paper to tear off pretty easily. That's going to go right in there. So then you have just a cute little notepad. And then remember those little cutouts that we had? If this is a gift for somebody, I could cut this one out. I could cut any one of these out and just stick it right on there so that looks really cute when somebody's opening their little present. So let's cut this one out. Checking to make sure. Hope this brightens your day. That's really cute. I want to keep this really generic because, you guys, I love giving away things to my subscriber friends. So I am going to be giving this away to anyone who has, well, to one person, but I'm not going to make thousands of them. If you like, comment, and are a subscriber, okay, then you will be eligible to win not just this little pink one, but I'm going to throw in the little black one as well. And I'm just not even sure what we're calling these yet. Are they little tags? Are they little notebooks? Little pocket book? I'm not sure, but you'll get both of them. So yes, remember, please be a subscriber. Subscribe, like, and comment. Like, comment, and subscribe. And you will be entered into win. And then here's the key. You have to watch next week's video to see if you're the winner. Definitely. So this one, I've cut this out, but I'm not like thrilled with my little edges here. So first of all, ink the edges, it makes a difference. And then just take your nail and go around that circle, and it's going to kind of even out all of those little edges that don't look quite as even, and it'll look a little bit better. We're just going to put this on the first page. It's not functional, it's just pretty. Yes, it is getting clogged. There we go. And this can just go right there. And then this can just go right here. Uh-oh, did I glue? I think I glued my bow to the, here, I just used a little, what's called a little adhesive dot on there. All right, so that could go right there. Now we just need to add like a little greeting, which is always nice. So I've got these are called We're Together, and they're vinyl stickers, and you can buy them at Paper Wishes. They're vinyl little greetings. So we could do one that says friend, which I really love. And then let's do a hugs one, because that's friendly. Cute. And then we could do this one that says my friend, or hello there, or even just love you. It's so sweet. Let's take this smaller one that says friend. Ooh, I like this one that has the heart. So you'll notice I'm taking this little pokey tool and I'm just lifting these little stickers up with that. And then once you get them all pried up, then just sort of, you can even just place it on the pokey tool. And then it helps you position it. You can see what it looks like, where you want to have it land. There we go. Oh, and then you can kind of move it into place. Just like that. And then sometimes there's these little pieces on the inside you just need to clear off. All right, and I think I want to put, normally I would put like a little flower or something over there, but I think it's going to interfere with that flap. So let me think about that. All right, we're done and we're ready to just open this up and see how this one looks. Now, because this one has the little knots with it, when you open it like this, that knot will just keep that right there or pop through when it's not supposed to. And then remember, we've got our little tuck spot for our little tag or a little gift card right here. And then this little notebook or notepad comes right out. And this one, you guys, I just went ahead and added the little heart sticker that was right there, primarily because if you wanted to refill it, you'd want to have access to that little staple to pull that out. So don't forget, giving this one and this one away to one of my subscriber friends. I'm not going to include the tea bag, because it's quite old. He wouldn't want this tea. It's just a prop. So I hope you participate in our little giveaway. We love doing that. We do it every week on our videos where we give our projects away to one subscriber friend. And if you are so inclined, I do have a way that you can help me with my channel by donating for shipping costs, because I do pay for that on my own. These are completely free. So if you want to make a little donation, that's what that money goes to. There's super thanks down below the video that you can click on that. And there's also a link inside the video, buy me a cup of coffee. That is always really helpful as well. Yeah, definitely check out my Instagram page, because this is where this came from. I post new videos on Instagram twice a month, and this was just a little quick short video that I did, and you guys were interested in seeing how it was done at a little slower pace, which I always enjoy doing. So I appreciate you stopping by my channel today. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.